Tesla has huge plans for its charging network this year. Something has been left out of the Model 3 production process, and Tesla-approved body shops are getting a massive assist. Here are your Tesla tidbits for April 25th, 2017. We start today with an announcement direct from Tesla. Tesla announced via its blog today that it would double the amount of Superchargers throughout the world to over 10,000 and nearly triple the destination charger network to 15,000. Of course, the reasoning for this is to prepare for Model 3, but obviously this will have benefits to all Tesla owners. But the most curious change in policy comes in this quote from Tesla. In the announcement, Tesla said, quote, "As always, the most convenient way to charge is to plug in overnight where you park. However, to better serve the needs of owners who are traveling or those who don't have access to reliable home charging, we will continue to aggressively expand our public charging networks," end quote. Now, this is a change in the company line, as when supercharging was introduced, it was purely as a solution for long-range travel. It seems that Tesla has recognized a long-standing hole in the EV proposition, in that many folks simply cannot charge at home, and decided to pivot and rectify the issue ahead of Model 3 launch. The new map showing proposed superchargers is impressive, though some states still lack. While Californians may very well be able to use superchargers as a primary charge source with over 100 active or planned locations before the end of the year, states like North Dakota only get 5, which is at least better than the 0 they currently have. The plan does ensure that all states will have at least one supercharger before the year is out, which helps out the original mission of the network. It'll take quite a bit of time before the network fills out its new mission. However, with the original mission being as successful as it's been, there's no reason to think that the new one won't be equal to the task a few years down the road. So here's something that either wasn't in the public earnings call back in February, or I just completely missed. Either is equally possible, though this was a big one to miss if I did. Teslarati has the story today that the skipping of the beta cars wasn't the only thing that was skipped on the road to production for the Model 3. It seems that along with the betas, the soft tooling stage of producing the vehicles was also scrapped. Soft tooling is where manufacturers will create tools that are maybe made with lesser materials and aren't meant to make more than a small number of parts to work as a proof of concept for the final tooling that's meant to be permanent. Removing this step saves both the money ultimately burned from building disposable tools and cars, as well as the time to build these cars. Both are likely key to the Model 3's on-time launch. Many, including myself, wonder how eliminating a quality control step is a good idea for a manufacturer whose last new product is known for its initial quality issues. However, in a statement to Reuters, who had the initial story, an insider said this about the Model X launch, quote, "Soft tooling did very little for the program and arguably hurt things," end quote. In addition, Tesla acquired a Michigan tooling plant which allows them to build equipment cheaper and faster, so final tools can potentially be more readily modified than other manufacturers. Electrek reports on significant changes to the approved body shop program. After some super high visibility issues recently, Tesla had promised to add 300 body shops to the network in just a few weeks. With the existing requirements, this seemed rather unlikely, if not outright impossible. Tesla required all technicians that worked on Tesla vehicles to be certified, and this process was quite expensive and time-consuming, involving visits to Fremont. Tesla realized that this wasn't scalable and went to an online learning solution at a much lower cost to the body shops. In addition, the company used to have restrictions on certain tools used to repair the vehicles, and these have now been loosened as well. In a letter sent to the body shops, Tesla explained, quote, "Model 3 is just around the corner, and we have been making a number of significant improvements to the body repair program in preparation for the increased volumes Model 3 will bring. In order to scale, we recognize the need to simplify the process of training and reduce the complexity and cost of tooling required to repair our cars. Our tooling objective is to minimize the additional costs beyond what our shops, already properly equipped for mainstream vehicle repair, aluminum or steel, have invested. We are designing the repair procedures and requirements with these factors in mind," end quote. These factors should certainly get more players involved and, in turn, hopefully reduce turnaround times for customers whose cars need the work. You can find the links to today's full stories in the show description. This show operates on a value-for-value model. If you get some value out of what I do each day, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/TeslaTidbits. Thanks again to super patrons John Walthour, Drew Schuyler, Cookie UK, and John Waller for supporting the show at the $10 plus level. Thanks as well to another new member of the Patreon team, Montecito Design. As I always say, if you have nothing extra to spare, it's no big deal. Feel free to support the show with your positive feedback and subscriptions on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and other services across the internet. Lastly, if you're in the market for a Tesla, you can get yourself $1,000 off while supporting the show and super patron Drew Schuyler by using the referral link ts.la/Andrew1233. That's all for today. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.